about him. Yeah, you wrote a piece. Jack Smith decided to let the Trump indictment speak for itself. I was saying yesterday, Charlie, he's everything I hoped for. He's just short, sweet, to the point. You said
he is a steely-eyed law enforcement man.
Yeah, yes. You said clearly Smith decided to let the indictment speak for itself, and boy, howdy, it does more than that. It bellows, it snarls, it grabs you by your lapels and screams in your face. Listen, idiots, do not even think about electing this dangerous crook again. Jesus, what the hell is wrong with you people? That is what the indictment said.
He's a little bit more prolix than I was. He's a little bit more long-winded than I was.
Yeah.
But no, that is, in addition to everything else, that is one of the best written legal documents I've ever read.
You're absolutely right.
Somebody in that office can really write.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, most people, you think like, oh, it's dry and boring, whatever. Oh my God, it is really fascinating reading. Yeah.
No, but more to the point, it's very clear.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to be, one of the legal ladies or Harry Lipman or somebody to know what's going on.
Yeah.
It leads you from one to two, from A to B to C to D, and you follow the steps.
I love that. Well, I mean, we were saying, do you need any other witnesses except for Trump against himself? And you talk about the one page where he eventually defenestrates one of his favorite alibis. I mean, it is literally will be taught, won't it, Charlie, in law school as obstruction 101?
Oh, this is a legal document. It's going to live forever. Yes.
Yeah.
I think.
This was my favorite line in your piece. You said, on the possibility upon hearing this, one of the lawyers stripped, left the room, walked into the Atlantic, never to return. The record is silent. he although he currently can't find any lawyers, so I'm going to guess that some of them did walk into the Atlantic.
Yeah.
By the way, I have not yet parceled out the answer to the question, what is a weirder thing to find in a bathroom? Nuclear secrets or a chandelier?
Yes, I know, right? Exactly.
I can't figure that one out. I'm sorry.
Yeah. By the way, you picked out this one we mentioned, I think, too. You said the on the crime fraud exception. Trump attorney number one, he made a funny motion as though, well, okay, why don't you take them with you to your hotel room? If there's anything really bad in there, like pluck it out. And that was the motion he made. You said plucking amazing. I mean, he literally physically demonstrated obstruction of justice.
Yes. I'm going to use subtle nonverbal communication here.
Yes. So
I'm surprised he didn't pull out a Zippo and light it up.
Yes. I mean, I guess what we keep talking about is the Republican Party as a whole, right? I mean, you said a committee of the
no, there's absolutely no question about it. I led off the blog today with a couple of stories involving middle school kids. One from South Carolina and one from, I'm ashamed to say, Massachusetts. And, it's all about welcome to the America the Republican Party's created.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's not going to stop with Donald Trump.
Yeah.
They've let all the, all the beasts out of the cage.
Yeah.
Like day after tomorrow when the Bronx Zoo collapses.
I loved how you described Trump. You said he has evidence Tourette's. He absolutely has not been able to keep from bragging about his criminal behavior to practically everyone who will listen, all of which likely will prove invaluable to Jack Smith. So how do you think this is going to play out? Obviously, there's some concern about Judge Eileen Cannon, how she could delay or weaken the case.
Yeah, were I Jack Smith, I would seek relief from the 11th Circuit on that one.
Yeah.
This woman is, first of all, she's incompetent.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And second of all, she's already demonstrated a clear preference for the defendant.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's hard enough. He's going to have a hard enough time getting 12 Floridians to agree on this.
Yeah.
He certainly doesn't need the judge, putting her, well-tailored footwear on the scale.
One thing I can hope for is that he was going to, you said, he's going to want to testify, but his lawyers would have to be drunk to let him. You said, can a defense lawyer ask the court to gag his client for the balance of the trial? We may have to find out. I mean, that's what's extraordinary about it, right? Is how many and he won't shut up. He keeps incriminating himself.
No, he's going to go have a fundraiser tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he's going to present more evidence at the fundraiser.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah. Let's talk about.
He's going to lie about something that happened in court, and he's going to present more evidence.
Yeah. Yeah. I loved your piece on Jim Jordan. Representative Jim Jordan wants answers on why disinformation experts have been studying disinformation. I mean, we just played the clip of him getting, disemboweled by Dana Bash. I mean, I have to say he is sort of extraordinary, even among Republicans, for just his ability to lie and lie and lie.
Well, he's also in a position to do a great deal of damage with his committee assignments.
Right.
And that particular post you're talking about is about him going after Kate Starbird and these other facilities on college campuses that are studying disinformation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
On the pretense that they're censoring conservative voices.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. You said, wait, the people studying the spread of medical disinformation consulted the people who knew the most about how pandemics work? The horror. I actually, Jordan's committee meeting examining the government's plot to bury the miraculous properties of horse paste. I mean, it just, can we play that again? I just have to hear this again. 15. This is him with Dana Bash on the documents case.
Says, and the commander-in-chief, the president of the United States, has the ability to classify and control access to information. That's what the Constitution and the court have said. So you can't obstruct when there's you can't obstruct when there's no underlying crime.
He is not the president of the United States.
That is the fundamental flaw.
And you're just taking
him at his word. And when he was president, he declassified the material.
He says point blank.
He says
point blank on tape, as president, I could have declassified it. Now I can't. He says in his own words, it's on tape as part of this indictment that he did not declassify the material. Therefore, it is classified.
Saying he could have is not the same as saying he didn't.
He said now I can't.
He has declassified this material. He said that now he can't, right, because he's not president now, but when he was president, he did declassify it. He said that.
Oh my God.
Here we are. He's in his own voice on tape.
No, I mean that's his modus operandi. He shouts and yells and shouts and yells and shouts and yells until the time runs out. It's the same way he worked in committee when they were in the minority.
Yeah. And then who is this? Burchett, Representative Burchett. It's just
this one he displays some grade A Republican stupidity at the beginning. I just want to throw that out there.
Here we go.
Since everybody knows this has been the modus operandi. That's a big word for me to use, and I'm no Kirk Cameron, but for the Department of Justice to use this kind of tactic, we've seen it time and time again, and I think it'll continue until we get their attention. We need to bring them down before the committee, and if not, they need to, at some point, we need to start talking about cutting their funding. I know I keep talking about this. I'm beating a dead horse, but that's really what needs to happen, because this group is out of control. They're rogue. And, bringing President Trump up on espionage of all things. Espionage means that he took those documents so that he could inform a foreign nation.
Yeah.
Sure.
And your point is?
What does Kirk Cameron have to do with anything?
I know. What is going on?
Yeah, that one. That's where my trolley slipped off the rails.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell Kirk Cameron. Who does he think he's saying?
Does he actually mean Kirk Cameron, or does he mean someone else?
I don't know, but
he just got his name wrong.
Well, first he says modus operandi, which is a big word for me to use, and then he compares it to the intellect of Kirk Cameron.
And by the way, Charlie, they just count on people not knowing. First of all, no, you don't have to prove that he sold it or gave it to foreign countries for it to fall under the Espionage Act. He stole stuff he shouldn't have. He obstructed.
I mean, that's part of why the Espionage Act sucks and needs to be rewritten severely.
Yeah.
It's a terrible law.
Yeah.
It's useful at the moment, but it really is a terrible law, and it needs to be looked at seriously.
I say,
and it certainly doesn't warrant defunding the Department of Justice.
Yeah. I saved some sports to sport the sports with you as a former sports writer.
Oh no, you're going to do an impression.
Huh?
You're going to do an impression, aren't you?
Don't try to be Irish. Don't do it.
Don't.
Isn't Conor McGregor a douche? I mean, I love my friend Rob
and Trish.
I did get him a life-size cardboard cutout with Conor McGregor because he's kind of gay for Conor. I don't know. He loves. I have to go to every fight at his house.
And then what did Conor McGregor say?
Conor McGregor, but he punched a mascot. He punched a Miami Heat mascot.
I saw that. It was for a bit.
How is that a bit?
It was supposed to be
except for the part where the guy ended up hospitalized.
He was also supposed to pull the punch,
right?
Which he didn't
do.
He didn't.
Right. Thank you. How many people ended up in the hospital from a bit on your mom's show Jody. Just wondering. Anyone go to the hospital with a head injury?
No.
He's a douche. Yes.
Yeah, you keep doing an impression of him.
Not in. That's what you get.
Oh, God,
you get.
stop it.
Not
Stop it.
in.
Stop
You
it.
get a concussion, is what you get.
Yeah, that's what you. Head injury. That's
Oh
what
my
you
God,
get.
make her stop, please.
Okay, he threw a vicious left hook to send the mascot to the floor and then punched him while he was down.
Yeah.
How is that? He does not understand the word meaning bit. You don't throw a full punch. It's supposed to be. You're supposed to pull it.
Did you see the video of it?
They'd have to drag the mascot off.
Yeah.
Oh, Charlie, mascots, abused
I
mascots.
know, but
Discuss.
they've got to start building those big heads more sturdily, though.
Right?
They should be padding in there.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. That was not a bit. It
Or
wasn't a bit
perhaps
for him.
steel rivets like diving helmets.
Yeah.
The guy was okay. The guy inside the mascot
Well,
suit
okay.
was okay.
It was a bit for Conor McGregor. It was a head injury for that guy.
They both got paid by the sponsor.
Leave the mascot alone.
I'm going to guess Conor
Can
McGregor
I-
got paid more than the mascot.
Can I just say on behalf of all my relatives living and dead, don't ever do an Irish accent again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was utterly pathetic.
Thank you.
Not in. You get. Not in.
That sounded like somebody from Thailand trying to do
Oh,
it.
shut up, Charlie. I love you. Goodbye. Say goodbye.
Oh, it's time to leave now.
It is.
Yeah, see ya.
Safe home all.
All right.
Safe home.
Okay, goodbye.
Bye.
46 minutes after the hour, this portion of the show brought to you by Ha.
Just doing my regular, Friday morning excitement.
45.
It's a very sad and somber day
So
for the
sad.
United States of America.
So